Let me count. Hold on, I'm very old. Like 36 years. 36 years, yeah.
Okay, what's been your favorite movie to do?
My favorite movie? Well, I mean, Scream. Scream has been amazing for me, and they were a blast to do. I would say there's a movie called The Company that I'm sure none of you have seen. Oh, some of you have seen it. That was my idea, and I had been a ballet dancer before I was an actor, and dance meant the world to me. And I felt it was really important to sort of highlight what amazing athletes and artists dancers are. So to be able to come up with a concept and sell it to a studio and get Robert Altman to direct it and go dance with the Joffrey Ballet was, for me, a dream come true. So I would say, personally, that movie was, I guess, the most magical experience.
All right, well, thank you so much.
What's my favorite scary movie? Well done with the question. There's a movie called The Changeling with George C. Scott that was made in the early 90s that to me was terrifying.
So you're not old enough to watch it though?
No. You're not old enough to watch any horror movies yet. Dad.
Tell her how much you like Ghostface.
I like Ghostface so much.
You like Ghostface so much? You've seen these movies? Dad, we need to talk later. Okay, parts of it. Okay. You're very brave because I struggle to watch these movies, so. Well done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
How about you? What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, what's your favorite? Coraline.
Coraline.
Yeah, she's currently obsessed with Coraline.
Oh my God. Well done.
Thank you.
Hi. Well, do you have time? No. For me, I think a good performance always comes down to the script initially. The words have to be good and believable, and it has to be something that an audience is going to engage in. For me, I like to create a history for the character. I like to really think of who they were prior to, what their history was, and sort of delve deep into that, and then find parts of myself that I relate to the character. And that's where I start from. How does it feel to play Sydney? I mean, it's an honor to play Sydney. To be the gal who got to play a character who was not a victim, who overcomes, who is not your typical horror film female character, who's a fighter, who has inspired that in people, is a great honor. I had no idea. I knew the script was great. I loved Sydney's journey in the first one, but I had no idea the effect that she would have, the impact that she would have on people, and it really touches me. A Ghostface killing scene that I observed about the characters who died.
You have one, right?
I think one of my favorite kills is Tatum. I mean, as much as I love Tatum, but it's pretty great, that sequence. I don't think I can answer that question. A lot of people would be mad at me. My favorite person was Wes Craven. Yeah. He was truly a brilliant director and a brilliant man, and responsible, obviously, for the greatness of these movies. Thank you. Are You Afraid of the Dark was, I think I did Kids in the Hall, and then I did Are You Afraid of the Dark. It was like my second thing, other than, a few commercials. And I was in Phantom of the Opera at the time, so I was dancing professionally. I was doing theater, but when it came to film, that was probably the first series that I did, like episode of something. I had a blast. We shot in Montreal. I've not seen it. I've actually never seen it. I'm amazed at how many people come up to me and talk to me about that episode, but I'm glad it had an impact. I don't know if there was one piece of advice that he gave me. He gave great direction, but I think it was his discipline, his example of discipline that really had an effect on me. He really wanted people to care about what they were doing and to put as much into it as they could, and great thought, Everything had purpose. Yeah, walking onto the set where they built it like the original house, that in itself was really overwhelming because they, inside a soundstage was the house. It was exactly the same, and I hadn't been there in 25 years. So to walk on that was very moving, and then when I walked into the kitchen area, they had the signs that said for Wes, and yeah, I lost it. It was very emotional for me, but I was so grateful that they were honoring him and paying tribute to him in that way. So thank you for that question. Oh God, I don't know that I can name one. I can name a moment where his direction was really astute, and I've talked about this before, but part of the challenge of playing Sydney is not playing at one note, especially in the first movie. Obviously she's scared from beginning to end, and it's like how do you pitch that so that it's still interesting to the audience? And when I was doing the final sequence with Matt and Skeet, Wes walked up to me at one point. It's in the scene in the kitchen, and he just said, "Imagine 1,000 bullets ricocheting through your body right now," and walked away. And that image was so helpful and so powerful, and it was those little magical moments of suggestions and insight that he was able to give that were really powerful and helpful. But he was really like a father figure to all of us. Sweet, weirdly sweet and gentle man with a really twisted sense of humor, and yeah, he was great. It took her some time, didn't it? It took her some time and took some processing, and I think that's what was honest about the writing in the next films is that Sydney did have trust issues, and that was obviously very realistic because you'd be pretty messed up considering. So I like the fact that they sort of stayed true to her emotional journey.
I know she always second guessed everything. She's always like,
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Raoul Stu is still alive? No. Yeah, no. I think there's many of us who would love to see that character come back, right? Wouldn't that be great? But no.
I like it when he played Shaggy in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I'm happy Sydney hasn't died, especially because I think her strength means a lot to people, and the fact that she overcomes a lot of adversity means a lot to people. I think it would be pretty heartbreaking for people if she passed. So I think they made it.